Alrighty. Yeah, honorary guests, all the other guests, friends, family, and most importantly, scholars of Sauradam Vidyamandar School. It's tough to pronounce for me, but I hope I get it right. Shada Sham. There we go, SVM. It's my absolute honor to be here this morning, and thank you so much for the kind introduction, for the welcome, for making me feel like one of your own. It's truly humbling, and it's great to be here today. Before I take some questions, I thought I'll just share a few memories, a few thoughts, a few ideas, a few of my dreams with you guys. So bear with me, I'll only be a couple of minutes. I saw this incredible painting given to me, and the words on there gave me a few ideas to share with you guys, because I didn't really prepare anything, but I always believe in just something will come, you know, at the right time. So the words here say, I will not quit until I am living the life I dream of. And that made me think of the album I recorded, because it's called Maak jou drome waar, which means make your dreams come true. And it goes hand in hand with what's written here. And I wanted to share a few quotes with you guys. In my final year of school, my literature book was covered with a few quotes. I didn't know at the time, but I literally just tore pieces out of a magazine, wrapped it in plastic, and that was my book. But only halfway through the year did I realize, hold on, there's a couple of quotes on here. And those quotes stuck with me to today, and it meant a lot to me. And it's also got to do with dreaming. So the first quote is a bit of a longer quote, and it goes like this. All people dream, but not equally. Those who dream by night, in the dusty recesses of their mind, wake in the morning to find that it was vanity. But the dreamers of the day are dangerous, for they dream their dreams with open eyes and make them come true. That's the first quote, and the other one says, it's very short, every day flips a golden coin. But these two quotes stuck with me, and I just thought to myself, every day flips a golden coin. That means every time the sun comes up in the morning, it's an opportunity. And if I combine it with this other quote of dreaming with open eyes, that's my answer. And that just stuck with me throughout my whole career. And I want to leave with you guys just that message today. Every day gives you an opportunity to be the best that you can be. We're all healthy and fit and strong, and we have opportunities to make a difference in this world, whether it's by playing sport, being a very clever guy, academic, going into the business world, or whether it is just by smiling and giving someone a hug and picking them up on the day. We all have that opportunity to have a great day and to make a difference. I want to encourage all of you scholars there at the back, still young, full of energy, take every day, make it your best day, and dream your dreams with open eyes and go make them come true, because no dream is impossible. Alright, so I wanted to leave you with that. And then just very quickly, my journey in India has been absolutely incredible. It just shows you, it starts with a small dream, and I never in my wildest dreams thought I was going to end up in India and get a reception like this, for instance, when I walk out to the Wankhede Stadium or the Chinnaswamy, get people to cheer for me. When I was young, I would always dream of playing in front of crowds. I didn't know what sport it was going to be. It ended up being cricket, and cricket drew me to India, and ultimately the biggest privilege of my life, to come into places like this, incredible schools, in cricket stadiums, and to be recognized, and to just show that I'm just a normal human being too, and we all just have this relationship of being humans after all. So I think we all have that great opportunity to go out in life and just to give it our best shot, whatever that may be. My relationship with Virat Kohli, also very unexpected. Started many years ago. Once an opponent became my best friend in India, and just an incredible story of how two guys from completely different cultures, different countries, got together, and we respect each other so much, and we shared so many special memories on, but especially off the field. That's where I really got to know Virat, his beautiful heart. He's a humble, down-to-earth person who serves other people, and you don't always see that on the pitch, but that's the man he is, and I'm very privileged to know him. And then I was also very lucky to have met Sachin, the Master Blaster. He's obviously from here. You guys can be very proud. that he walked the school grounds here, and his footsteps are still here to this day. One of the most humble people I've ever met in my life, considering everything he's achieved. And that inspired me so much when I met him many years ago, knowing that he's the master blaster, but he can be so down to earth. And that just gave me so much inspiration to follow my dreams, but to stay humble at the same time. All right, so thank you very much for having me today. Thank you very much for having me today. I'm going to take some questions, and I will never forget this experience, and I'll hopefully come back again next year and share some new ideas.
Good afternoon, Mr. Villiers. This is Aksha. A very warm welcome to India. Sir, cricket has taken you to various countries and cultures. Could you share some of your most memorable experiences or cultural exchanges you have faced during your international cricketing journey?
Good morning. Thank you very much. Yes, you're absolutely right. Cricket has given me a life, especially the IPL. It's literally changed my life completely. It's given me the opportunity to share the change room, to share houses, hotel rooms with people from a different culture, and that is India, and become really good friends with them, get to know them really well. And cricket has given me that incredible opportunity. There's too many memories to mention, to be honest, but I've met some incredibly special people along the way. Too many to mention. Virat, obviously, top of the list. Getting to know him and everything he's meant to me in my career, and the special memories we have in that middle, some of our partnerships together. That's what life is all about. I think we all have our careers and our dreams and ambitions, but at the end of the day, looking back at my career now, I remember my friendships and the connections I've made, especially over here in India, and the places I've seen, the different foods I've tasted. It was just an incredible journey along the way. I've seen all the other countries as well, England, the West Indies, Pakistan, Sri Lanka, Australia, New Zealand, the list goes on. But India, it's got a very special place in my heart.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you. What do I admire most of some of the people I've met, the captaincy and the batting skills, if I'm correct?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, so I could speak for a very long time about each of them that I've met. But Virat in particular, his batting I've kept a close eye on since the day I met him, and I watched him move. We have pretty similar techniques, even though it doesn't look the same, because he puts his bat down and I've got my bat up. But the movement and the way he keeps his head still at the wicket, we're very similar in that. So cricket is a funny game. It can be very complicated, but it can be very simple at the same time. And I think once you get to the top of your skill and you understand your game, it's all about focusing on the basics and making sure you do the basics well. And that's what I learned from Virat. Even though it looks extravagant at the crease, he believes in a lot of very valuable basics that he sticks to. And we've spoken about this in length in the past. So that's from a batting perspective. I learned from him just sticking to the basics. So that would be watching the ball closely, keeping your head still, making sure, because that ball sometimes comes at 150 kilometers an hour. And if you miss 1 yard, you're going to be late on the ball. You don't see it so well. So he taught me that to keep my head very still, make sure when the bowler releases the ball, I'm dead still and I can see it coming, and play the ball late, wait for it, and just watching it as closely as I can. And then from a leadership point of view, Virat is quite different to me. Very similar but different. He's very emotional on the pitch. He shows his emotion, he wears his heart on the sleeve, and that speaks volumes of the man that he is. He forgets about everything when he plays cricket. He doesn't care what anyone thinks of him, because he wants to win a game of cricket. And I absolutely love that about his leadership style. He's very competitive, and we got to win no matter what. Until we lose, then you take your hats off and you respect the opponent. So from a leadership point of view, I think Virat, what I learned from him as well is off the field, he's very humble. He always had time for everyone. He would listen to other people. It's not just his voice. He would always try and make other people happy. So that's what I learned from him. He's just a fantastic leader, fantastic batter. I'm not going to go through every leader that I've met, but I've met some of the best leaders in the world, and all of them have this thing in common where they have respect for the sport, respect for the opponents, and respect for their teammates. The minute you disrespect any of those, you sort of lose the leadership in a way. But so in a nutshell, that's what it comes down to. Keep your feet on the ground, You're here to win, and give your best shot at all times.
Thank you, sir.
Anybody here?
Hello sir, first of all good morning, and may I ask you a question?
Please.
How do you balance between your cricket career and other aspects of life such as your personal time, family and interests outside the cricket?
Whoa. Deep question. Good afternoon. It's just past morning. Very good question. I think I'm going to leave on that note. I'm kidding. It was a very important part of my career. Family was always the most important. Before I had my own family, I would always really want my parents and my others. I would always want to go home and just catch up with them and tell them about all my experiences. But it never really stopped me to really just follow my dreams. I almost forgot how long I was away from home. And then when I started a family of my own, everything changed. When you have your own children, and one day you'll get there, I'm sure, it changes everything. So you start thinking about your time and the effort that you put in when it's not with them. And then it's a very, very delicate balance to keep because they are priority no matter what. So, I mean, I did balance that out for as long as I could until I got to the end of my career where I realized I'm not playing as much anymore. So that was one of the reasons why I stepped away. I only played for 4 months of the year and I couldn't really try and be the best anymore. And that's where in my heart I felt like, then why am I playing then? If I don't want to be the best, why am I still here if I really want to be with my family more? But it's a very good question, and I think the answer to that is each individual is different. We're not the same. Every person's story will be different. Virat's story will be different to mine. Your story will be different one day to mine and Virat's. And everyone's story is different. It's a matter of understanding what's important to you and what works for you at that time. And then you prioritize that.
Thank you, sir.
Anyone here in front?
Hello sir, my name is Tanis Sagar Saunke, and I have a question that which bowler you love to hit more? On it over.
All of them. I enjoyed facing Mohammad Shami, who's bowling really well in this World Cup now, so respect to him. I'm very happy I'm not facing him now with the form that he's in, because he's bowling really well. One of the most difficult bowlers I faced was Rashid Khan. At night time, it was really difficult to see which way the ball is turning, because you couldn't see what he's doing with his hand. He's like a magician out there. It's easier when it's daylight. I could see the ball a bit better, but at night he was really tough. And then I feel bad saying which bowlers I really enjoyed facing. I think all bowlers in the IPL knew that the batters are there to score runs and we have to score it quickly. So they were always under pressure, and it was a game of cat and mouse. It was almost like a chess game, like what am I going to try next? And I was thinking what he was trying next. And lucky for me, more often than not, I won that battle. But they also got on top of me sometimes. So I've got a lot of respect for all the bowlers out there. But I would say my favourite to face was Mohammad Shami when I played really well.
Good afternoon sir, myself Ali. As we all know, World Cup finals are going on. So I would like to know, according to you, which team is most likely to go into the finals and why? So,
nice question. I spoke about this a few months ago. I think South Africa and India will be in the final. And then I'm not going to watch. I'm going to sleep. I don't want to watch the game. Because I'll be happy if both teams win. South Africa obviously have not won a World Cup before. So I was joking yesterday with some friends saying that I was asking Virat, please let us win the World Cup and then you can win your first test series in South Africa. And it's like a deal. And I don't think he's going to agree to that deal. But anyway, so I hope South Africa win it. It'll be our first World Cup. But if India win, they're like my brothers, so I won't be too sad.
Thank you.
other students this side?
Good morning, sir. Myself, Tanmay. I would like you to ask you a question that of the field, what are your favorite hobbies or pastimes that help you keep balance and amidst the demands of the professional cricketer?
So I didn't hear all of that. Balance? Yes, that's a good question. So I've always had time for hobbies and for fun. But when you work, you got to work hard and you got to put your head down and get the work done. And when I got older in my career, and I hope this will be of some advice to you. So obviously you would know, playing cricket, you'll go to the nets, you'll have fielding sessions, you'll hit balls. And as I got a bit older, I realized that I've got to train smartly. So there's one thing of working, there's working hard, but there's working smart. And when you can figure out how to be smart at training sessions, that's when you will really go up very quickly. So it's an important balance between having your hobbies and working hard. But I have lots of hobbies. I love playing golf, hitting golf balls. I love watching movies. I love watching movies of Shah Rukh Khan and Anushka Sharma. I can't remember the movie's name, but there is one that I really enjoy. And all sorts of other stuff. I love just spending time with my friends. But you've got to just balance that between hard work and social life.
Thank you, sir.
I like singing as well. Oh. So I
Good afternoon, sir. Myself, Kanishka. Could you please explain us what values or life lessons you have learned from the cricket that have carried over into your life of the field?
I missed that again. Life lessons. Some of the most important life lessons I've learned was, the most important thing was just to keep my feet on the ground, always stay humble no matter what, and to never give up. This quote from earlier, I will not quit until I am living the life that I dream of. So those are the two things. Go after your dreams, keep your feet on the ground while doing it.
Thank you, sir. Any more questions?
Good morning, Mr. 360. Myself, Sawan Soyam. I am a national level gold medalist in Taekwondo. Can you offer any general life advice or words of wisdom for students who may not necessarily be pursuing a career in sports but are eager to achieve their own goals and dreams?
Deep question. I would say just, once again, the basics of life are important. It doesn't really matter what you're going to do one day, as long as you put in the hard work with whatever you want to follow. And I read this thing one day where it said, figure out what you love and do a lot of it. There's a story about Tom Hanks, and the way Tom Hanks, you know Tom Hanks, the Hollywood actor?
Yes.
The way he became famous and the way he started pursuing his career. He did study acting, and he was very keen to be an actor one day, but then he stopped. He went into a completely different tool set. And after a few years of working in a whole different line, an old friend came up to him and said, what are you doing? Why aren't you acting? And he said, no, it's just not for me. And this friend said, no, you got to do what you love, and you love acting. And Tom Hanks that day decided to sign up again for an acting school. He went to study again, and look where he is today. So the whole idea of the quote, or the piece that I read was, figure out what you love doing and do a lot of that. Don't let anyone get you off that path. And that might change as you get older. You find different loves as you go on. But as long as you're true to yourself and what you believe you are good at, go and do it. Don't let anyone get you off the path.
Thank you, sir.
Questions?
Good afternoon, sir. Myself, Patil. I want to know about your thoughts as a respected figure in the world of cricket. How do you manage the expectations and responsibilities that come with being a public figure and a role model?
It's a good question. So expectation is one of the most difficult things to deal with as a human being, not just a cricket player. For me, the hardest expectation was the expectation I put on myself, not from other people. So the pressure in a stadium, lots of people watching you, is something you get used to. But the expectation you put on yourself when you're alone in your hotel room at night, that is the difficult thing to deal with. How to deal with it? I think it's to reset, to make sure you have other hobbies. You can reset and switch on, switch off, switch on. And that's the same thing within the middle of the park. When you're feeling the pressure from a lot of people, is to step away from a minute, take a few deep breaths, that's switching off, and then you go back into it. And just remind yourself, I've been doing this, I'm ready, I'm prepared, I don't have to do anything else to succeed today, I just need to do what I trained to do, and you should be okay. But the expectation in yourself, that's the dangerous one, and the same thing is important. You've got to switch off sometimes, you can't put too much pressure on yourself, because that's the most dangerous pressure that you can experience.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Hello sir, myself Shinde. Sir, what is the role of cricket in promoting physical fitness, mental well-being and personal development based on your experience?
Yeah, the most important thing to me is your physical fitness, mental health. Those things are more important than to play cricket. So nutrition is really important. I focus very hard on what I put in my body. It's very important to feel healthy, to be healthy. That brings out the best performance as well. And then to stay active, whether that's by playing cricket or in the gym or jogging. You got to find something that you enjoy doing, and you got to do it often. So I train as often as I can, and I eat as well as I can. Obviously sometimes we're just human, we enjoy a chocolate or something sweet. Even Virat, his favorite naughty thing is dark chocolate. I've always got to take it away from him because he's always looking for it. So, but you got to have a balance between, and it's the same with life. You have a balance between eating well the whole time and training all the time. You have to switch off again and go like, you know what, I'm going to have a nice chocolate today because I deserve that. And you remember that you're always just a human being. So never put too much pressure on yourself. But nutrition and staying healthy and living a good lifestyle is very, very important.
Thank you sir.
Last but not the least, because of the time constraint, sir.
Hello, sir. Myself, Pragya. What advice would you offer to young cricketers who aspire to develop their own unique style and succeed in a dynamic sport like cricket?
It's a beautiful question because it's applicable to everyone. And I briefly touched on it earlier. Everyone is different. I was talking about everyone's journey and stories will be different. Same with cricket. Every technique is different. There's no right or wrong. It's a matter of spending time with the skill that you have and figuring out what are your strengths and what are your weaknesses. This only happened to me when I was 25 years old. Alright, so there's no rush. But the sooner you can figure that out, the better. So spend a lot of time with your trade, practice your skill until you get really tired, and ultimately figuring out what am I good at and what am I not so good at. And then you maximize your strengths and you minimize your weaknesses. And once you get good at that, I think you're going to be a really good cricketer.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Yeah, just finally from me, thank you very much for having me. As I said, I felt like one of your own, and I do feel a little bit Indian as well. So there's a lot of Indian blood running through me. And thanks to you guys, and thanks to the whole of India for accepting me as one of their own. But especially here today, we had a very, very special time here. And I can't wait to come and visit you guys again and watch you all at the back there become very successful leaders of the future. Thank you.
ABP Majha, उघडा डोळे बघा नीट.